Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. Today I've got some cool attacks to show you, but we're also going to be asking a question today. Do Edrags need a buff? And it's important to mention to you guys that this is just something I thought of this morning. This is not the opinion of anybody else but me. You know, honestly, I haven't researched it that much. I just noticed we're seeing dragons all the time. Dragons are getting so much love. They're being used so much. They're crushing so many bases. How often do we really see an Edrags? I mean, I did find an attack for this video, but not that often. Edrag bat, just you don't see it very often. Doesn't seem to work as well, and that got me thinking, man, you know, they're a pretty cool troop. Maybe they need just a tiny buff to get them, you know, back into the fold a little bit. Nothing huge, you know, nothing crazy, but maybe like a +2 on speed or something. Just something small, because, you know, I hate seeing a brand new, really cool troop like that just really hardly be useful at all. And I mean, it is useful in some situations, one here for funneling, but I still think it might need a buff.
Nerf this!
Now, it's important to note that, of course, the Edrag has also been very useful in Electro attacks, using them inside of a blimp or inside of a stone slammer, get some value there. So it's not like they're completely useless. They are pretty cool, but just the fact that dragons seem to be so much stronger than them when used as a mass troop, I don't know. It's got me feeling a little jealous on the sake of the Edrags, honestly. And like I said, I'm not looking for anything crazy, but maybe like a +1 or +2 on speed, because they're so agonizingly slow. I think that's the thing that really stops them from being useful. Now, Edrag's going to use him on this base right here. Nice choice, because he's coming into a side with no air defenses. However, if you look at this dead space right in there, that's going to prevent those Edrags from getting the full benefit of those chain lightning abilities, because they're going to be able to get, you know, the buildings inside this area. But anytime you get 2 or more spaces, that chain lightning is not going to reach. So their value on reaching into the core is not really there at that point. They got to hop over that area before they can start getting value from those chain lightnings again. But with all those ADs being on one side of the base, excellent choice for an area to drop that bat spell. Now, an Edrag was actually down here tanking that wizard tower, but unfortunately the sweeper pushed it out just long enough that it could retarget the bats. So that was unfortunate, but it did not stop those bat spells from taking out all those ADs over there. And that's going to be enough for the Edrags to get this base taken care of. So, very nice hit by Edrag on this one. Gonna ×4 it just through the cleanup. So what else do I got for you in this video? I don't have, you know, like I said, we're not seeing that many Edrag based attacks, so this is the only Edrag attack I have for you guys, unfortunately. But I have 2 more drag bats, and on each one of those we're going to go over base flaws the drag bat really takes advantage of. And I've also got a really cool example of a gobo bat for you guys at Town Hall 10. We're going to end with that one, and that one is pretty crazy that he pulls it off. I would not have thought to use that attack on this base. The whole backside has splash damage, but yet he gets the value he needs out of the bat spells. It's pretty crazy. So let's check out number 22. Turbo. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's kind of a French spelling there. But looks like turbo to me. So, alright, design flaw number 1. All the wizard towers, all the splash damage is on one half of the base. If you look over on this half of the base, we got single, 3 air defenses, no wizard towers. Alright. You can't do that nowadays. You can't do that with the bat spell being so popular right now. Honestly, even after they nerf it again, you're still not going to be able to do that. They're not. I don't think they're going to nerf it into the ground, you guys. I don't think there's any way. So if you have all your ADs and no splash on one side of the base, bat spell's still going to be able to take advantage of that, like you're seeing right here. Now, some of those wizard towers could reach those buildings, and that's probably what the base builder was thinking was going to save him. But if you just wait until the dragons are in range of the wizard towers, and they're tanking them, all of a sudden, if they're firing on a dragon, they can't kill any bats. Look at that one right there. That wizard tower was sitting there firing on a dragon while bats snuck up behind it and wrecked it. Bats wrecked the whole last half of that base. All Turbo had to do was be a little bit patient, let his dragons get in there far enough. They were tanking all that splash damage, and bats had free reign over the rest of that base. Very nicely done. So base building flaw number 1, you can't have all your splash on one side of the base. You just can't. Even if you think a little bit of it's covering, you know, some of your air defenses, that's not enough. In this meta, you really have to spread your splash damage out all around the base to try and defend this drag bat. Now let's go down and take a look at number 26. I don't know why my internet's going super slow here. Might have to edit this out. We'll see how long it takes. Number 26. So Dashing Agent's going to wreck this one with Drag Bat. Now look at him. He's got splash damage on both sides of the base. All right, first of all, he's running singles. Pretty tough to defend. Bat spells with 2 single target Inferno, so there's kind of a no-no on his part. But he's probably thinking, hey, either side of the base you end on, you got to end on Wizard Towers. And, you know, these ones are spread out enough where you cannot get both. Well, I don't think you can get both those Wizard Towers one freeze. If you can, it would be very difficult. It would have to be perfectly placed. But if you look at the ones on the backside down here, those ones are right next to each other. You can freeze both of those Wizard Towers with one freeze, which is exactly what Dashing Agent does right here. Now, all of a sudden, having that splash damage on the backside of the base to defend bats does absolutely nothing. Granted, you know, if they were spread out, could he have gotten it with 2 freezes? Yes, we see that all the time. But that's a lot more difficult. A lot more difficult to time those freezes in 2 or 3 different areas. Way more difficult. So don't make it easy for your attacker. Don't put Wizard Towers close enough to a multi or close enough to another Wizard Tower that they're going to be able to freeze 2 or more with 1 freeze. You're giving up way too much freeze value there. And, you know, it's just not going to defend the bat spells if you're giving up that much freeze value for just 1 freeze. You know, all of a sudden those 2 Wizard Towers are completely nullified with 1 spell space. So there is another base building no-no in this meta. You got to spread out that splash damage and make sure you spread it out again so that you can't freeze more than 1 with 1 freeze spell. Very nice job taking advantage of that from Dashing Agent WHF2. They got a random spin versus Dark Looter Z, so always nice to be able to see some, you know, some competitive lineups. Really helps you build your skills a lot better than you know, drawing a farm clan in Warwood. Now let's take a look at number 20. This is the one I was talking about at the beginning, you guys. This is the Gobo Bat. So look at this. Naledi's going to start on this side of the base, which, of course, you got to. It's Stone Slammer. You got to start on that side because it goes towards the Town Hall. But look at the back side of this base. I mean, we've got Wizard Tower, multi-target Inferno, Wizard Tower. That's a ton of splash damage on the back side of this base. And by the way, look at this Wizard Tower and multi. That's a no-no. They're close enough to be frozen with 1 freeze. Naledi didn't bring a freeze, although the lady could have, doesn't even use the second poison on this, could have had a freeze for this backside right here. But with no freeze, I'm looking at this composition, I'm looking at the beginning of this attack, like, how are you even going to use these bat spells? There's so much splash damage on the back of the base. How are you going to get the value from those? But yet, Naledi finds a way. So, here we go. Coming in with those 4 golems, all those bowlers, and wizards to set the funnel at the beginning. Got those raged bowlers in the core, looking pretty good at this point. Now look at that. We've got 1 bat spell that came in on this left-hand side, just kind of directly targeting that cannon. Now going after that archer tower. And look at that. Waited until the multi-target Inferno was being tanked by a bunch of bowlers and the Archer Queen, just waiting until it was tanked, even a multi, and still able to drop bats right on top of it because it was already firing on other things. Golemites, bowlers, the Queen, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, you could drop that bat spell right on top of it. No freeze needed, and it went ahead and took it out. Also down on this side, it went down and took out another Wizard Tower because that Wizard Tower was distracted on something else, probably one of those golems. So, I mean, look at all the golems running around, all spread out through this base, tanking that splash damage so that the bats survived the raid. Only 4 bat spells. Tons of splash on the back end of this base. So, honestly, guys, I would not have brought this army to this base. I'd been like, oh, man, that's too big of a pain in the butt to get value out of those bat spells. But, once again, as long as you wait for that splash damage to be tanked, and be tanked well, the bat spells can run around untouched, just wrecking the rest of the base. And Naledi gives us an excellent example of how to do that here. So, you know, maybe I shouldn't be so afraid of splash damage on the back end of a base, because I wouldn't even have tried this attack. Wouldn't even have tried with all that splash back there. But Naledi doesn't bat an eyelash, gets it done, shows that patience, waits for the splash damage to be tanked, and gets the value from the bat spells to bring in the 3-star. So very, very nicely done. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked the video. I wish I had more Edrag attacks to show you in this one. Honestly, I do, but that's kind of what I'm getting at with the thing that I started this video out with. you know, I don't think they're being used that much because I don't think they're as good as regular dragons right now, and that's kind of crazy to me. You know, they're not available till a higher level. They should be, you know, at least as useful as dragons, I would think. But you know, once again, that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below if you think I'm wrong. Very well might be. I literally just thought about it before this video. I'm like, why don't I see more Edrag attacks? So I could be wrong, guys. I could be totally wrong, but it's just an idea I had this morning. I wanted to throw it out there to you guys, see what you guys think about it. And you know, if you haven't yet, check out the details below my videos. Tons of links for you in there. I have links to all my social media, including my Discord server, which is the best place to get a hold of me. You can hop in my Discord server and tag me, and I will answer you. I do every time. Also, WHF Family Recruiting Discord server. WHF is recruiting. Max 10s, 11s, and 12s. Heroes have to be maxed. Walls do not have to be maxed. Those are the basics. So we have a link to our recruiting Discord server in the details of all my videos as well. Hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.